Hello and welcome everybody to my new Sandbox series in Planet Zoo. We are in Arizona Adventure Park. Well, we are in Arizona in the desert. We are not quite close in the park because we have to build that park first. So, in this episode, we're going to build the entrance building of the zoo, which goes in a different direction that I was going in my last zoo in Swamp Lake Zoo. Swamp Lake Zoo, we were very North American, very national park themed, and in this series, we are going to be a little bit more modern, at least for the entrance building, because I don't want to go into any particular style in this zoo. I just want to go with the vibe and see what I am feeling, what vibe the zoo is giving me, and then go on from there and see where it might lead us. So for the entrance building, I thought I was going into something quite modern. I'm building a lot with these plaster pieces. I wanted to have these cold building materials paired with some glass and soften it up by the shape of the building a little bit, but still wanting it to look very modern, and let the surrounding of the building warm it up a little bit. You might see it in the end, and then you will know what I mean by saying this. I'm doing this Sandbox series on my channel because our series Fix My Habitat has come to a pause for the rest of the year, as I'm going to be away for some weeks or months, and I can't come up with some new episodes on Fix My Habitat. But still, if you want to participate in that series, you can still send me an email with your zoo, and I will go back to it as soon as it will be possible. So what I'm going to do is we are building a new zoo here. That doesn't mean that I'm going to stop working on Swamp Lake Zoo. In Swamp Lake Zoo, I already have finished the whole North American section. You will see that in the next days and weeks. There will be the last episodes for the North American section. Also, and there will be some kind of a little zoo tour where we are taking a look at what we have done so far, and also talking about what will be our next steps. So Swamp Lake Zoo won't end at this point. It will go on. We will go on with another section in the zoo with another theme. But as I don't have any more English series on my channel, I thought this would be a nice addition. And yeah, we are going to have another Sandbox series on my channel that is going in a different direction, as I already said. So here I'm experimenting with something that I wanted to build. I wanted to have most of the visitor buildings or food, and I already wanted to say enrichment. No, it's not an enrichment for the visitors. The food facilities and drinks and merchandise and so on. I wanted to have that on the base level of the building, and I wanted to have most of the employer buildings, the staff buildings, on top of that. And I also wanted to have some part of the building like yeah, like floating. Of course, it won't be floating in for real, because I will give it a little support later on with some pillars. But yeah, that's what I wanted to do, because I thought that would look a little bit more modern or kind of futuristic, which would which would look great in this kind of environment in the desert. If my voice sounds a little bit shaky, the reason for that is that in my office where I'm recording this right now, it's a little bit cold, because in Germany, winter is coming close, and even if the sun is shining outside and it looks very, very nice, the temperatures are around 5 degrees centigrade in the day, and in the night it is pretty much colder. And I don't have a heater in my office, because it's in the old part of my house, and in the old part of this house we don't have heaters. So it's quite cold in here, and that's why my voice might sound a little bit shaky sometimes. But don't worry, I'm I'm fine. I'm not going to get a cold, or I'm not going to freeze in here. Yeah. At this point, you might see where we are going to with this building. Just putting down some of these windows. I colored them in black because I thought that would be a nice contrast for the building. Yeah, and as I said, I don't have any particular direction I wanted to go with this new zoo. I just have some, I might call it visions in my head, with some things I want to build in here. In the beginning, I thought I want to build a zoo with almost no fences, or just natural barriers in the habitats, so you won't see any fences inside the zoo, and you might have the feeling that the animals are all roaming free and could go wherever they want to. I don't know, or I don't think that I will go in that direction, because I thought about it, and this would be very limiting for me to build things. Sure, I might do this at some point in our zoo, but I won't follow that path completely. The next thing I want to do, or I wanted to do, and I definitely will, I definitely will do it, at least for some parts of the zoo, is I wanted to use the rides more. Like the train rides, or the kind of monorail that we have, the boat tour or something like that. I never used those in my zoos, especially the boat ride or the train ride. And I thought that would be a nice addition. And also, I think there's not that much videos or YouTubers out there that that actually use these rides that we have in Planet Zoo. So I thought that would be nice to experiment to experiment a little with those things. Also, you see that I have already laid out the path for my staff buildings on top of this building. I will cover them in a later stage. And maybe that's something that I will do off cam, so that you don't have to see all of it. I might keep a little bit of it in the next episode for you to see how to cover those paths and or those staircases, what you can do, what are the possibilities. But I guess most of it I'm doing off cam, because it might be a little boring after some time. And I really want to get into building some habitats in the next episode, or at least the first habitat. I already have some ideas of what I want to build. With the new lemur we got for the second anniversary of Planet Zoo, I thought it would be nice to build something like lemur islands, with 3 islands that are not connected to each other, but are connected via some kind of building. For the 3 lemurs that we have. Or also I thought about something like a big cat canyon. That would be very fitting in this environment, to build something like a canyon with some of the big cats we have in the game. I also something I don't want to do in this zoo. In most of my zoos I'm going for something like continental areas, so that you have this North America section, you have the Africa section, you have the Asia section. I don't want to go this way. I want to go more in a direction like many of the zoos are going, where you might see some bigger buildings, like big cat houses, like monkey or ape houses, where you have something like an elephant house, where you have also rhinos in there. And I really love to go in that direction, or a small mammal house or something like that, and not that strict separating areas by continents. That's something I don't want to do in this zoo. And also I want to keep it a little fun zoo, or like the title of the zoo, the name of the zoo says already. It's called Arizona Adventure Zoo. So I think I want a little bit more themed habitats or areas. And not just stick to just one style or type of building in the zoo. I want it to be a little more fun. Yeah, and here you can see that it's actually coming a little bit more together, and you see what I'm going for. Also with those with this post on the right part of the building. Here I'm building a second part where I have more of the staff buildings inside, and I also wanted to continue with this kind of floating part of the building, but I wanted to be a little bit different, and to be connected in some way to the right part of the entrance building, but also not really being connected. So that's why I deleted some parts of the building again, and made it a little bit smaller, because it already is a smaller building, and I didn't want it to be that yeah, that big on that side. Yeah, I also wanted to be the upper level of the building a little bit smaller. It might not be usable in reality. So if you wouldn't have people go up there and use that part of the building, so it's yeah, for most parts it's only just decoration because it would be too small to go in there. So that might be not very practical, but for decorational styles, I think it looks pretty nice. It's almost a little bit when I look at it right now, it's almost a little bit like at an airport where you have those towers with the people that are checking on the airplanes and telling the pilots if they are ready to fly or if they have to wait a little more. It almost gives me that vibe. And I also inserted one more information point on that side of the building because I thought if I don't have anything in here, it would look a little bit boring and a little bit, yeah. I didn't like it, so that's why I chose to put in another information. And I also thought about the right side being the entrance for the zoo and the left side being the exit. From this perspective now, the right side being the exit and the left side being the entrance. Yeah. Yeah, and I really like these glass pieces for the shops and for the information points. But the problem is if you have them snap to the walls or snap to the building, it always snaps a little bit too close to the actual shop, and goes directly into the wall. So what I'm doing is I'm always taking it a little bit outside of the wall, so that it looks a little bit more realistic, so that you actually can see the frame of the roof. And what I'm also doing, you might be wondering why I don't delete the entrance building. The in-game entrance building. Well, I never delete it. I didn't do that in the past, and I don't think I will do that in the future. I did it once, I have to tell you. But the problem was I deleted it. I also deleted the ticket booth, or what it might be called, and I also deleted the guest spawners. And I had so much pain by putting that back in and make it work again. So I decided, no, I don't want to touch these buildings anymore. I'm gonna build my own, but I still keep them in the zoo. So I don't risk my whole zoo going to hell after deleting that. So that's the reason, if you might ask, why I'm doing this. Yeah, also I was thinking a long time about if I'm going to do a Sandbox series in English language, because you know, English is not my first language. You might know that from watching my Fix My Habitat series. But I realized all my international viewers are so much more active by commenting my videos, by by giving me feedback to what I'm doing. So I really wanted to do a series for you guys where you don't have to watch my videos in German language and think about what I might be saying there. Sorry. Yeah, so that's the reason why I wanted to do something for you. And I thought I'm not going for some franchise, so I'm going to build something more creative and go for a Sandbox series. I also was thinking about if I should do this, because there's so many great YouTubers out there, some of the really big names and people I also follow and watch their videos, like The Lay Designer, Simply Savannah, which I really love both. They are incredible. Also Rudy Rankamel, Eben, who is really great in what he's doing, and also Best in Slot is such an inspiration for me, and so many others like Sufluencer and many others. I can name them all. So I thought about, does the world really need some more guy that is going to build in Sandbox and making YouTube videos? And I decided yes, because I might do things a little bit different than others do it. I might be creative in some other way. I might give you inspiration for some things that others are not doing, or I'm doing differently, or whatever. I think there's room for everybody, and that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm doing this. So what I'm doing now is the part that I love the most. I hate buildings. I have to admit, I really hate it. I'm very surprised how good the entrance building is looking. You might think different, but from my perspective, it looks really nice. And it's not completely done at this point. I might go back into it at some point. Maybe off cam, and do some decoration on it and finish it up. But to come back to my point, I really hate buildings. I love to build in nature. I love to put down rocks. I love to put down waterfalls. I love to put down foliage. I love to build nice habitats for the animals. That's what I love the most about Planet Zoo. So when other YouTubers are excited for new stuff for the buildings, like they were excited for the North African DLC, where we got all these new plaster pieces and all these flexicolor pieces, I wasn't that excited about the pack, because I'm more excited for animals, for foliage and so on. So the North African DLC was not that big of a deal for me. It was a nice one, but it was not that big deal for me. I was more happy about the much hated or not that positive received Southeast Asian animal pack. I was really happy for that because it was the first animal pack we got. It was the first pack where we got 8 new animals and no building pieces, or almost no building pieces. I can't remember that. And I really loved the animals that we got in that pack because yeah, we got the proboscis monkey, which is such a cool animal. We also got the Malayan sun bear. We got the binturong, the babirusa. Many people say these animals, we got the ugliest animals in that DLC. Yeah, that might be, but they are amazing. They are so different than all of the animals that we already had in Planet Zoo. So I was really happy and really excited about it. And I hope we get more of this in the future. Maybe not Southeast animals, but what about an Australian animal pack? There's so much Australian animals that we are still missing. Also, South American animals. There's so much more we could get. And of course, aviaries. I'm looking so much forward to aviaries, and I really think we might get it sooner or later, because if you look at the other projects of Frontier, or the other games of Frontier, we have Jurassic Park Evolution that just was released. We have aviaries in it, and we also have not really aquariums in it, but we have water creatures in it. And I think Frontier was testing what they can do with aviaries and also aquatics in a game with Jurassic World Evolution 2. And it may be possible now to implement this in Planet Zoo. So at least I hope that is the case. Yeah, but to go back to what I'm doing right now, you see I built something like the centerpiece for the entrance. I wanted to have something that shows off the name of the park, and not just be a sign on the wall, but to have this kind of little water feature when you walk to the entrance building. And I also put a lot of foliage down here. That might be a little weird that I use that much of foliage in a desert environment, but I'm not going for hyper-realism, and I think it really looks nice. So what do you think about it? Are you excited for what we are going here in this zoo? Did you ever build a zoo in the desert environment? Do you think it's harder to build in the desert environment? The only environment I never had built a zoo was something like the tundra biome, because I think that's pretty hard to build a real and reasonable zoo in that environment, because you have to take care of so many things, and most of the animals will be freezing in that environment. So you have to build so many houses for them, or indoor habitats, and even if I'm not going for hyper-realism, I think that would be very hard to make it look a little bit realistic. So I think it's easier to build in a desert biome than to build in an Arctic biome. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you have ever built something in a desert zoo. If you have any ideas for this zoo, where we might go to or what we can build in here, because as I said, I'm not completely set in what I want to do in this zoo. I'm open to any suggestions. The only thing I really want to build is this kind of lemur islands and something like the Big Cat Canyon, maybe with some kind of a big cat house that is attached to it. I don't know how to accomplish this, but that's something I really would love to do. Yeah, just let me know in the comments what you think about this, and if you have any ideas what we could do in the zoo. Nothing is off limits, so just let me know what you think. Yeah, and with that being said, we're almost at the end of the zoo. Of the video. We're just having a look in real time on at our entrance, and yeah, if you like what you see, if you like the video, just hit the like button. That would mean very much to me. Subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any future episodes of Arizona Adventure Park, and take care of yourself, stay healthy, and I see you in the next video. Bye guys.